Hey, this is Tim Pierce. That was Carl Ridlin and I doing a play-along, joyful play-along with Rosanna. He had an idea that Rosanna was maybe one of his favorite guitar solos ever. So I said, bring it over and let's break it down. He's an orchestrator, and he has a way of talking and looking at this that's pretty unique. I even borrowed the word extension from him when I break it down first in the video. So I'm going to break it down, and then we're going to have a conversation with Carl, and he's going to give us a bunch of new insights on it. It was really, really fun. Click the link below if you want tabs for this, and also click the link below for the online masterclass. We're up to over 100 hours of lessons and content. So to me, even the first phrase of this is so full of feel. Let me play the track. Let me listen to the track. I mean, the way he pulls back on that is really something I keep wanting to go. But it's not that. Listen to what it is. Beautiful. So next he goes up an octave and makes it more fancy. Still with that beautiful swing. For me, that's the thing I try hard to recapture. The lope and the swing. And Carl calls this the first extension. And there's also a pivot when he goes to the B flat. Or kind of three ways to do it. I like to do it here. Feels most comfortable on my hand. Do it really slow. One more time. Now there's a little bit of flash in this ascending riff. And the trick for me is to play it even. Keep the swing in it. Even and swung. Do it really slow. And this is where we hear the Carlton Graydon influence in Steve's playing. Play along with the record. Once again, listen to his feel. Just superb feel on it. Now let's move to the end of the solo and the second extension of the melody. Let's listen. So, once again, I try and pay attention to the swing and recapture it. There's also a lot of heavy vibrato on the tonic here, which is a challenge for me to capture. Like everything counts in this solo. He's making every note count, every phrase, every melody. And you can really hear the swing on this. And because the band goes to E flat and then D minor, what was a hopeful melody, kind of triumphant, now becomes melancholy, because the tonality underneath that melody changes. So Carl, we both love this solo, but you as an orchestrator and a guitar player, you see it in an even more important way. You see the composition of it, and tell us about it. Tell me what you think about it.
Well, I think this solo is like just the quintessential like 4-bar solo in a pop tune, because it's got stuff in there that we can all use. It's super compositional because he plays a phrase, does some great stuff, then repeats that phrase, does some more great stuff, then repeats that phrase again. And it really gives the listener someplace to hang their hat and go, yeah, I can follow that. All he's done is take FGA. And he pivoted.
Yeah. Yep.
and adds the B flat
Right.
as an extension again.
The other thing that you brought up is the fast riff, which is... You noticed that that's actually a horn line.
Yeah, the horn line goes...
Right, right.
It's the same line. So you can play, you know, which came first, the chicken or the egg. Probably in this case, the solo was recorded first, and then Jerry Hay, who arranged the brass parts, listened to the tune, and maybe it by osmosis just kind of came out in his horn part for this. But yeah, that kind of thing is what I think makes his solo so great, because it serves the song.
If it's another song, a different solo, we're in a major key. That's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Not playing the same thing, but using 1, 2, and 3 to dance around with.
You could go into another level of the scale and just play the next 3 notes up and mess around with them. That's called transposition.
Advancing upward.
Advancing upward. That's always melodic.
Yeah.
Always sounds great. It's always a great place to start.
Can we talk about the swing on this?
Swing's a strange thing, because if you, like, I got taught swing by a jazz teacher.
Okay.
And what he told me was slur into downbeats.
Oh.
He told me bossa nova or straight 8 music was slurring into upbeats.
Okay.
And he told me swing was slurring into downbeats. So when Steve goes, he's slurring. When I talk to drummers about lope and swing, and if you even look at it in terms of sequencers and keyboards and stuff like that, what you're trying to do is take the upbeats and scoot them a little closer to the next downbeat.
Okay.
So if your music's going by left this way, you're taking your upbeats and scooting them a little bit to the right.
Okay.
And it's really like so infinitesimal to get a lope out of it. It's like less than a 30-second note sometimes. The guys on my block that were trying to play this solo in my town were all listening to Larry Carlton and Jay Graydon right before this. And there's that swing feel to that Peg era stuff, and that, you know, all the stuff you talked with Jay about on that other video, which was amazing to hear him actually talk about it.
Yeah.
It's all coming out of those guys in that era.
Well, and this is very Jay Graydon Carlton.
Yeah.
I think this is very Lukather.
That's a great point, because that's the cool thing about these solos is if you have this knowledge of going, I'm going to take this just 3-note lick, I'm going to do it in each octave and kind of run all the way up the neck, then you can take those joining moments and make them yours, and that's what goes, oh, that's Lukather, that's this other guy, plus his vibrato is different. He has a triplet E vibrato even.
Oh, yeah, you're
his
right.
His vibrato doesn't go. It's.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, his vibrato has a triplet feel to it.
It matches the pocket of the song.
Yeah, it really does. And the pocket of the song is what makes these solos so great.